So we have these three motorcycles, a Ducati Panigale 899 over here, Yamaha FZ09, and the reason we have them here today is because we're gonna be installing dash cams on them. Pretty much the Viofo MT1 that you see over here. This is the module that controls everything. Okay, this has to be hidden somewhere in the bike. We have some cords. This is one of the cameras. Camera 1, camera 2. It comes with two cameras, one for front, one for rear. This, I believe, is the GPS, I believe. Let me take a look. Yes, that's the GPS. This is not a GPS to tell you where the bike is. This is pretty much to record the location. It's a GPS for logging the location into the maps in case in the future you need to see where the bike was when something happened, or you want to review where the footage was recorded. And then we have this one is the remote, the control. Basically what it does is it allows you, if something happens really quick when you're driving and you want to lock the video of the last, I don't know, 1, 2, 3 minutes and the next 1, 2, 3 minutes, depending how the camera is set up to be recording, you just hit over here and it locks in place. And also you can hit this one to start recording and stop recording. Now the way we're gonna do it is with this hardwire kit over here. This one has 3 wires, red, black and blue. The blue we're gonna be connecting to the accessory line, one that opens up with the switch. I'll show you in a little bit, okay? Then we have, let me see, we have some brackets, straps for installation. We have more brackets, memory card, micro SD card, 32 gigabytes, USB to read the micro SD card, more clips for installation, more double-sided tape and Velcro for installation, okay? Then some zip ties to do cable management and the manual. Okay, so that's what we have over here. I'm gonna organize, I'm gonna open everything, organize everything, and then I'm gonna start showing you how to install it. It's gonna be concepts, so every bike is different, but the concept is gonna be the same. I'm gonna be showing you that, and if you want to do it yourself, you can go ahead and follow the steps, or if you prefer to bring the bike to us, we are located at 740 North Anaheim Boulevard in Anaheim, and we do installations over here. We specialize on LED lighting for any type of vehicle that uses either 12 or 24 volts. But part of the security that we have to have when we are driving our cars and motorcycles is LED lights, really bright LED lights. And also we like the idea to have some cameras recording all the time. Apart from having our GoPros, the good thing about dash cams like this is that you just turn the switch and the cameras start recording. You don't have to be stopping and recording and continuing and downloading everything at the end of the day. You don't have to do that. I think that's a good way to have some security through the footage, and then use your GoPros just to recreational videos whenever you want to record something. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you all that in a second. Great, so let me walk you through all this information over here. So this is the main computer, and as you can see, they label everything really well. GPS, power, remote control, rear camera, front camera. They color coded every single wire, so there is no way that you can miss how to install this thing. Look, black. This is the GPS. Okay, blue, remote control. red power. Now this is the one that we're gonna connect positive and negative to directly to the battery, and then the blue one is the one that is gonna activate the recording when the switch is open. It comes with 2 sets of brackets, plastic ones and then metal ones. Okay, I went ahead and I put one metal one on this one right now. I think I'm gonna be using the metal ones in ours. So on this bike, we're gonna be installing at the front, we're gonna be installing it over here. And just keep in mind that the camera has a little arrow that has to be to the top for the footage to be straight and not upside down. And in the back, we have plenty of space over here on this one. So we're gonna be doing that one roughly over here. We're gonna be taking plenty of surface, flat surface over here to attach it. We are not gonna be using screws through the metal. We think it's plenty with the double-sided tape. We've used this in the past. It's a 3M. Plus, there is a wire also that, you know, if this one doesn't work, it's gonna be hanging from the wire. If that happens, then we're gonna go ahead and put the screws through it. But I don't think it's necessary. On this one, we are trying to think how to go around the light for the license plate. Maybe on the side, right here. Probably, we don't know yet, but it's just an idea for now. This one though, this one has a little bit of a space over here right in front of the license plate light. Okay, so we're gonna be doing that over here. And then at the front, in both of them, we have 2 options. We have the option over here at the top and also over here at the bottom, which we think we're gonna be doing these ones on the bottom and see how it goes. If we have to move it, no problem, we'll move it later. There's plenty of wire to run around, and that's pretty much it. Oh, the box, the main box. You have to have a space to allocate the box. This one has plenty of space. This one though, this one is gonna be a little bit tight, so we think we're gonna have to remove some parts over here to fit it in, because see, it's a little bit hard, but we're gonna figure it out. Now the last thing that I want to show you right now, it's see the side over here, this is where you open, okay, and this is where the card goes, the SD card, the memory card. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so the only technical thing that you have to know how to do is to find the wire that carries 12 volts when you open the switch. Switch is open. Now the camera is supposed to be recording, okay? So we are using a tool over here, a really nice tool, okay, this one over here. And we are using some really inexpensive tester over here. Both of them work great. Whichever you have is good. So basically we are trying to search for the wire over here. One of these wires carries 12 volts when the switch is open. So we already found it, but I'm gonna show you how. Look, Charlie is putting the pin in and he's showing us 12 volts. Okay, I'm gonna close the switch and you're gonna see the 12 volts disappear. Look, it's on, switch off, switch on, switch off. Okay, so same thing with this one. It's just a more sophisticated tool. There is ground right now. I'm gonna open the switch. There it goes, 12 volts. Close the switch. Perfect. So any wire that does that, you can use to connect the blue wire from the hardwire kit. That's it. We already put this terminal on, and we already put the tapping terminal over here, so we can get started. using that tapping wire thing right there. That's it. And we have the blue wire. Okay, connect to that one. Now when we open the switch, just for testing, when we open the switch, there's the switch open, this should come on. There it goes. Wi-Fi is on, so it's working. Cool. Pretty much the same scenario is for the Ducati. We're gonna open the switch and look for 12 volts on these wires over here. Switch is open and we start looking. There it goes. 12 volts, switch off and it goes away. Switch on and we have the 12 volts. Okay, so we're gonna be using the yellow wire to connect the blue wire from the unit. Look, it's the same with the little tool. Much cheaper tool right there. 12 volts. Okay, and on this bike we're gonna have to put the unit somewhere over here. It's the only space we have. See, somewhere over there. It's gonna be like that, and we're gonna run the wires underneath the tank probably to the front. Okay, so the 3 bikes are ready. First was that one, front camera, remote control, GPS sensor is underneath the tank, and then the rear camera is over here. Okay, second bike, right here, right at the center. Then cable management, everything well organized, the main unit, then everything tucked in, well organized, hidden, so you cannot see wires. Front camera right here, and then I did something else over here. That is where the sensor is going to be of the GPS module, and right here this cover goes like this. Okay, and I'm gonna put mine remote right there, somewhere over there. Okay, then the Ducati front camera, then also cable management is recording right now. So as soon as you close the switch, camera goes off. Okay, and then when you open the switch, it takes a few seconds, probably 10-20 seconds to start recording. Red needs to be pulsating like once a second. Okay, and this one also cable management. Everything we run it through here, and then behind all these plastics underneath the tank. Here is the main module. This Ducati has a little bit less space than the Yamahas. We left the sensor for the GPS underneath the little cover in the back right here, and then I use a zip tie per line, so if I have to do anything I just have to unzip one line at a time. I don't have to undo it all. Okay, so everything is tucked in right there. This is the main computer. This is gonna go right here, and that's it. So they're ready. We're gonna show you, of course, some footage from coastline and the streets. This is the very first image that the cameras produce. This is completely out of the box, nothing has been modified yet, and as you can see, there is a lot of brightness over here, trying to compensate for a sunny day. But I think you can see a little bit of plate over here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to read this, but you are able to read this, and everything looks kind of normal. Okay, so let's play a little bit of footage and see how it looks. Okay, let's stop right there. You can see at the bottom over here, this is what the GPS logger does. You're able to show how fast you're going on the footage, but you can also deactivate that. I'm sure you are able to read this over here with a little bit of zoom. I'm sure we can read that. Now let's play the rear camera. Okay, from here. So one thing I noticed is this. When the lens is hit by a direct light, it kind of changes everything. It has a little reddish wash over it. You know, you can see, you know, these things over here. I know this is a full HD camera, it's not a 2K or 4K. This is the Viofo MT1 for you to see. Okay, that's the first thing that I noticed. Let's play it. Stop right there. Now I'm gonna zoom in and see how the license plate looks. It's a little bit hard to read, but still readable. Plus the color, the brand, the model of the car. That's all we need whenever something might happen, you know, an accident or something. Perfect. So that is the very first footage out of the box. I'm gonna show you ahead in the video how it looks at night, and I'm gonna play around with allocating the front camera in a different place. You might have to think a little bit where you want to put him, but at the same time, in motorcycles there is not too many options. But at least if you have an option in the front to put it a little bit higher and aim it a little bit in an angle downwards, it might help with the flaring. The other thing that I want to investigate is to see if there is any like polarized lenses for this type of cameras. I know there are some for car cameras, interior car cameras, but I'm not sure about motorcycles. Now this view is at night, and I'm driving the bike ahead. This footage is from my buddy's bike, Charly's bike, and as you can see all this hazy looking footage, we believe that is because the camera was installed right underneath the headlight, and it was, I think it's too much forward, so the glare of our LED lights is not doing a great job on letting the camera adjust the exposure. I can see that because if I run the video a little bit, see the grayish thing in the video doesn't go away. And I believe we have a little bit of footage over here with yeah, see, those are the fireworks from Disneyland right here. That was a really nice ride. Oh, look, nice, very cool. But now let me show you the exact same footage from the rear camera. Look, much better blacks, not too hazy. And my theory is because the front camera is right underneath the headlight, and the reflection of the light at front, it's making it get hazy. Okay, so my next step is to move my front camera. I'm gonna move mine. I'm gonna move it to on top of my headlight. That way I can point it down a little bit in an angle and see if that makes any difference.